What the fuck? That fool just let that fool cross over and he didn't give a fuck. That fool was like,
Yo, 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 yo. What's up? What's up, everyone? The TCCK Gaming says, sup. Apple Ricky says, yo. TCK Gaming says, hello, Apple. Apple Ricky says, so I'm making my own killer clown. That's awesome. What's it called, Apple Ricky? Apple Ricky says his name is Gesture the Clown. That's cool. That's cool. Is he going to be kind of like Art the Clown? Super, like, gory and bloody and all that good stuff, or what? Let me know. Let me know in the chat right there. Let me know in the chat right there, guys. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up, everyone. Whoever's new here, welcome to Hollywood Horror Film Club. Today's Horror Talk Wednesdays, episode 44. Please smash the like and subscribe button and all that good stuff, you know. What is it called? Follow me on Instagram for more horror content. You want to leave a donation to the channel, Cash App link below. But yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's cool though. Like I said, Apple Ricky, that's awesome. Is he gonna be kind of like my clown character? Is he gonna be kind of like Art the Clown or what? Is he gonna be super brutal and bloody like Art the Clown? Because usually scary clown characters usually have to be kind of like, you know, very brutal. Very, very brutal. Apple Ricky says he's like Art. He doesn't talk and very brutal. Yep, I figured, yeah. Clowns usually are like, I was never scared of clowns growing up, but I could see why some people are scared of them. And yeah, that's definitely one of the reasons that they've always been kind of brutal, you know, clowns. Apple Ricky says, I'll show you a picture what he looks like. All right, put it on your story or something on Instagram. Put it on your story so I can see it. Definitely put it on your story, Apple Ricky, so I can see it. So I can see it. Hell yeah. TCK Gaming says TCK Gaming says Halloween Horror Nights Orlando has the best scare zones. Oh man, yeah, yeah. From what I've been seeing, yeah, because they got more. I think they got more space, bro. They got more space in the Orlando park than the Universal park. The Universal Studios theme park is just on the side of like a little hill, basically, you know. And they incorporate the movie studio as the attraction as well, you know. But Florida has like they got like bigger, wider space. Yeah, unfortunately, where they built Universal Studios, it's like I said, it's like a little mountain, like on the side of a little mountain. So it kind of sucks to add more stuff to the park. But from what I've seen, though, they're building like another roller coaster going down there towards the Jurassic World area. They're building a roller coaster. I think it's called the Velocicoaster or something like that. Right there on the when you go down towards the Jurassic World area. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up, guys. Let's get it up to 15. Apple Ricky says his pants will match his pants and his top hat would be a bit smaller. That's cool. That's cool. It sounds like Apple Ricky. It sounds kind of like art though. You might wanna kind of change it up a bit though. You might wanna kind of change it up just a little bit, make it your own, you know, so it doesn't look like too much like art. That's why I made my clown character have an orange jumpsuit, you know, so you could like straight up distinguish my clown killer from the other clown killers, you know. Apple Ricky says, I want Callum Vincent to play the Pale Boy. Oh, that'll be cool. Callum Vincent, the kid from freaking the Chucky TV series. He also got casted as young Jason as well. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. That would be cool. Give me a second, guys. Let me put the link to this in my Instagram. I'll be back. Don't go anywhere, everyone. I'll be back. I'm back. Apple Ricky says he's black and red. All right, cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool. That works. Yeah. So you could like you got to give your killer his own style. You know, you got to give your killer his own style so people know who your killer is. You know, so they could tell them apart from other killers. Let me clean my camera quick. That's better. That's way better. Booby Fountain says hi. What's up, Booby Fountain? How you doing? If you're a horror fan, please like and subscribe to the channel. My name is Frank. Today's Horror Talk Wednesdays, episode 44. So if you're a horror movie fan, please like and subscribe. Smash the thumbs up, all that good stuff. And join us here in the chat. Apple Ricky says the Pale Boy, his real name is Oswald Vinter. He was killed by Jester at a circus. That's crazy. That sounds pretty cool. That sounds badass, Apple Ricky. I like where you're taking this. I like it. Apple Ricky says his parents were not circus performers. They just took him there for fun. Yeah, so they took him to go see a circus show, huh? And he ends up dying. That's wild. Twisted Emo said hi. What's up, Twisted Emo? How you doing? Glad to see you here on the channel as well. Another episode of Horror Talk Wednesdays. Today's episode 44. That's awesome, Apple Ricky. Hell yeah. I can't wait to start working on my clown sequel eventually, hopefully next year. Maybe sometime next year, or if I don't have time next year to work on that, I'll definitely do it the following year, 2027. The Clown 2? Definitely. Definitely. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up, guys. We're almost up to 20. Come on. Ryan Miller says, I watched Han today. Have you seen it, Frank? It was good. I haven't seen it, bro. I haven't seen it. Is that new? I think I might have heard about it, though. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, that is a new movie, huh? Haunt, but I haven't seen it yet, bro. I have not seen it. Apple Ricky says, Jester kidnaps him. He follows because you know what happens. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, Apple Ricky. That sounds cool, though. Sounds like Terrifier. Tusanimo says, me and my dad made 2 different Jason masks. Both of them are from the deluxe edition DVD covers. One being the 8 movie collection mask and the final chapter DVD cover mask. That's sick. That's sick, bro. Now that you mentioned the final chapter, let me see. The final chapter DVD cover. I'm actually working on a final chapter mask myself. I just gotta get all the scratches on there. Gotta order the chevrons and the freaking the snaps for the mask strap. But yeah, it's coming along though. Can't wait till this thing is all dirty and stuff, like from part 3. JBT, the Brown Messiah says, are you getting the new Jason mask? The new Jason Universe mask? Yeah, I'll get it just to have it. I'm a big Jason fan. Big Friday the 13th fan, big Halloween fan as well. Yeah, I'm gonna get it, bro. I'm gonna get it. But the thing is with that mask, it sells out quick right now. Because it just came out in that Friday the 13th Vignette by Angry Orchard. So a lot of people are buying up the mask to rehaul it and make it look like the movie one, you know? Yeah, but definitely, dude, I'll get the mask. I don't care. I'll have it just to have it for collection, you know. But I definitely will be rehauling it though. When I get my Jason Universe mask, I definitely will be repainting it. Cause damn, I seen the paint on it, the stock paint from the company, bro. It looks like when a TV has static on it. If any of you guys grew up in the 80s or 90s, you remember when your TV would go staticky, and you would just see all that static. That's what that paint looks like on that mask. Aporeki says the pale boy has bloody sharp teeth. His makeup looks like Jester, and he has similar costume. He has a top hat too. That's awesome. That's cool. He's black and red also, Aporeki. He's also black and red or what? Aporeki says he just called the pale boy, not the little pale boy. JBT says not liking the eye holes. Yeah. I'm just gonna get it just to have it in my collection. I'm not really gonna use that one for anything, you know. I'm already finishing up a Friday the 13th fan film myself. JBT. Tomorrow I finish filming my Friday the 13th fan film tomorrow, so look out for that. We got a Friday the 13th fan film premiering here on the channel this Sunday. So if you guys didn't like the Angry Orchard short film, we got our own Friday the 13th short film premiering here on Sunday, and it's like almost 30 minutes, way longer than the Angry Orchard short film, which is like 13 minutes and stuff. My movie was supposed to be like around 15 minutes, 13 minutes as well, but it somehow ended up getting dragged on to 20. Like, I think the runtime is about 28 minutes and something seconds. So yeah. And yeah, JBT, the eye holes, yeah, like I said, I don't really care about the eye holes. I'm only going to rehaul the mask and just have it hanging, you know? Not really going to use it for much. Eru says, hola, amigos. Un abrazo grande. What's up, man? How you doing? Un abrazo grande también aquí. How you doing? If you're a horror movie fan, please like and subscribe to the channel. My name is Frank. And like I said, yeah, let us know your favorite scary movie. Eru, hello from Argentina, bro. Hey, what's up, bro? Hello from Los Angeles, California. Hello from Los Angeles, California, bro. Thank you for joining us here, Eru. Thank you for joining us here all the way from Argentina, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Please smash the thumbs up, Eru. Get us up to 21, please, man. And let us know your favorite scary movie. Aporiki says yes. It's also red and black. Awesome. I like how you're making it match. That's cool. That's something I didn't do with my clown movie. Well, I haven't even made the sequel yet. But if I do have like a pale girl kind of like character, I don't think she's going to be wearing an orange jumpsuit because she wasn't a convict like my character, Tyler Eden. The Mighty Sparrow says, hello, what's up, Mighty Sparrow? How you doing? Glad to see you here on the channel again, bro. Another Horror Talk Wednesday. Today's episode 44. Hell yeah, please smash the thumbs up. Mighty Sparrow, let us know how your day was. Get us up to 22, bro. JBT says, hell yeah. Yeah, bro. Hell yeah, we got our own Friday fan film coming this Sunday, everyone. This Sunday, his name is Jason. A Friday the 13th fan film will be premiering here on the channel. This is one of the masks we used for the movie. This is one of them. It looks awesome, doesn't it? It's one of those Spirit Halloween Jason hockey masks. I got these because they're literally a replica of the freaking 2009 reboot mask. You just got to know how to rehaul it and paint it and make it look like it. But yeah, because I was going to use the Trick or Treat Studios Justin Mabry hockey masks, but they didn't really look like the reboot mask. Like, you see, the sculpt is really different. This looks more like a part 3, and this right here looks like 2009, you know. So unfortunately I had to go with the Spirit Halloween ones. I really did want to use the Justin Mabry ones, but it just didn't have the right sculpt, you know. And this is one of them. This is the 2009 Jason Voorhees mask. We used this in a few of the scenes in the movie. Aporiki says, no, the Mighty Sparrow says Sunday premiere. Yep, we got a Sunday premiere, bro. A Sunday. I won't be going live this Sunday, guys. So enjoy this live stream. Enjoy this live stream today, because I won't be going live until next Wednesday. All right, I won't be going live until next Wednesday because we're gonna be having a premiere here on Sunday. The Mighty Sparrow says Sunday premiere. The Mighty Sparrow says can't wait. Yeah, me neither, bro. I can't wait myself because, like, I know I basically seen the movie because I wrote it and I'm shooting it, but I haven't seen it as a fan yet, you know? I've only seen it as a filmmaker, as an editor, you know? I haven't got the chance to finish it yet and just watch it as a fan myself either, you know? So the only way I'm watching it is just because I'm editing the clips and the movie together, you know? But I myself, I just want to sit down already and just watch the damn movie. You know, I'm tired of editing it and all that shit, dude. I just want to sit and watch it already. But yeah, Apple Ricky says, I see Callum Vincent playing the Pale Boy. Yeah, definitely. I could see that too. I could see that too. Apple Ricky says, you can use a orange dress. Yeah, that would be interesting. I got to figure out a costume for my quote unquote pale girl character. Apple Ricky says, I want Damien Leon to help and David Howard Thornton to play the Jester. That would be cool. That would be awesome as hell too, Apple Ricky. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Check it out, guys. Look, here's another mask from my Friday the 13th fan film. I think this is like the main mask we used. This was like I don't know, this is like the hero mask. I say this is the hero mask because this is the one you see most throughout the movie. This is, I guess, like the stunt mask or something, but we did do stunts with this one too as well. Let me know which one you guys like more. Any Friday fans in here, let me know which mask you like more. You will be seeing these masks this Sunday on my new Friday the 13th fan film. His name is Jason. You'll be seeing these masks in the movie. I think I like this one more. I think I like how I made this one a bit better. This one looks cool too, though. I have seen some that look like this too as well. But I think I kind of like this one more. This one looks super sick. Hell yeah, I can't wait to watch the movie. Hell yeah. It's going to be awesome. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up right there, guys. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up right there. Let's get it up to 22. Apple Ricky says, so remember the laundromat scene? So instead I was thinking it's at a gas station. So Jester goes in the gas station to get food. I was thinking the hot dog maker turns off. He turns around. Yeah, that'll be sick. At a gas station, have like a creepy old gas station, huh? Yeah, I would work, Apple Ricky, with some fog. Wicked Milk says, what's good? What's up, freaking Wicked Milk? How you doing, bro? I haven't seen you here in a few days. I don't think I've seen you here since last Sunday. Yeah, but what's up? No, not last Sunday, last Wednesday. What's up, Wicked Milk? Wicked Milk says, do you think of the Halloween game trailer? It was badass, bro. I like it. Me and my brother are gonna get that game next year when it drops. Hell yeah. We're gonna get that game. Hell yeah. Finally gonna start gaming again soon. And then next year, I think also GTA 6 is dropping as well. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Wicked Milk. Wicked Milk, smash the thumbs up. Yeah, bro. Get us up to 23. Apple Ricky says, he sees the Pale Boy. They don't play patty cake. They play rock, paper, scissors. Now make them play knife, paper, scissors. Knife, paper, scissors. Scissors, knife, blade instead. Make them play scissors, knife, blade instead. Wicked Milk says, hell yeah, bro. I'm going to get it too. Hell yeah, dude. That's going to be sick. Also, Wicked Milk, don't forget. My Friday the 13th fan film, his name is Jason, premieres this Sunday. Premieres this Sunday here on the channel, bro. My Jason fan film finally drops this Sunday, so I won't be going live this Sunday, guys. I won't be going live this Sunday, but you'll be seeing the new Jason fan film we did. Hell yeah, dude, that's just going to be sick. These are the masks you guys are going to see in the movie. Like I was saying earlier, this is like basically the hero mask. This is the mask we used throughout the whole movie, pretty much. Basically, yeah, basically this is like the main mask you see throughout the whole movie. This is the main mask, and this is like the stunt mask and shit. Still looks great, though. So it looks more, I don't know, I think this one looks more beat up than this one. Hell yeah, dude, I can't wait. Jason has 2 outings this summer, huh? The Angry Orchard short film and my short film. Apple Ricky says he cleans his costume off camera before the gas station scenes. Okay, cool. Also, he goes in the gas station. That makes sense, though, so no one will notice is it dirty with blood, Apple Ricky? Is his costume dirty with blood? Is that why he cleans it? Wicked Milk says, sick. Hell yeah, bro. Right? I can't wait to watch the freaking movie already. I can't wait. All right, guys, we're gonna start getting into the movie news. We got some movie news to get into right here. We got some new movie news. All right, so what is it called right here? The Toku Source. The Toku Source is reporting, rumor, Power Rangers reboot in the works at Disney Plus. Toei not involved. 3 things I want from the reboot. So yeah, there's been rumors that there's gonna be a Power Rangers reboot on Disney Plus, guys. Any Power Rangers fans here? there's been rumors. Well, it's not even a rumor no more. It's pretty much confirmed that there's gonna be a new Power Rangers series from Disney Plus. Apple Ricky says it was dirty, but it's clean when he goes to a gas station. Okay, now I get it. Makes sense now. Now I get it. All right, let's see what this says. Let's address the Power Rangers reboot rumors, and while we're at it, take a look at some of the things we'd like to see from it. Hey y'all, Sean here again, and wow, do I have a news story for you. I may be very late to the punch on this, but a good while ago, rumors began circulating of a possible reboot of Power Rangers being in the works, and Disney, who ran the franchise from the latter half of the Wild Force all the way through RPM, what was, I forgot what Power Rangers that was, RPM, are in talks to produce. As reported by TheWrap.com, Jonathan E. Steinberg, showrunner of Percy Jackson and Olympians, as well as Dan Schatz, are in talks to write, direct, and produce this new series. But there is a small catch to the revival, and it has to do with the other half of the Power Rangers Super Sentai, I forgot how to pronounce it. In addition to the rumors about a reboot, as reported by Deadline.com, this new Power Rangers series will have zero involvement from Toei whatsoever, meaning that for the first time in the franchise history, Power Rangers will have no Super Sentai to draw from, instead relying solely on original suits, stories, and monsters. Regardless, I want to list off 3 things I would like to see from the Power Rangers reboot, with so many more. Had a tongue twister there. From the Power Rangers reboot. So without any more delay, let's get to the list. Let me see. Start from scratch. Introduce Tommy from the start. Similar tone and writing to 2017 movie. People actually like the 2017. Oh yeah. I always used to confuse the 2017 Power Rangers and the 2017 Fantastic Four or 2016. But yeah, that's pretty much it though on Power Rangers. There's also another interesting news though that I want to go over right now. Apple Ricky says he was getting a hot dog from the gas station because he was hungry. Apple Ricky says the pale boy was also invisible. That's cool. I didn't know you're going to make him invisible. That's crazy. All right, here's another report on this Power Rangers. So there's also going to be a new Power Rangers web series. I don't know what that means, a web series. Either it's going to be a free series on YouTube or... Hold on, wait up. Critic Chris says, hey, Frank, what's up, Critic Chris? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Glad to see you here on the channel. Another episode of Horror Talk Wednesdays, episode 44, bro. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Critic Chris? Get us up to 23. And welcome, bro. We were just talking about the new Power Rangers Disney Plus series that's coming to... what is it called? The new Power Rangers Disney Plus series that they're working on. They're working on a new Power Rangers Disney Plus series. And they're also working on a web series, whatever that means. But we'll check it out right now. Critic Chris, I like Power Rangers. Hope it'll be like the comics. Yeah, I like Power Rangers as well. Hopefully it'll be like the comics and the original series. I like that Power Rangers short movie that came out on Netflix like in 2023, like 3 years ago. That was good. They really nailed all the vintage style and the look, you know. So like I'm just curious on what they're gonna do with this new Power Rangers Disney Plus series. Because it said they're gonna have to do like original things or something, but they're gonna have to like bring in original monsters and original storylines. That's what I was reading on the article. But on the other hand, there's another Power Rangers thing going on, and they're calling it a Power Rangers what is it called, web series. Like I said, I don't know exactly what that means. Like I said, it could be a free YouTube series, but here, check it out. The new Power Rangers web series was spotted filming. Breaking. New Power Rangers web series filming in Utah. The previously announced Ninja Kids Power Rangers web series was spotted filming in Utah with new updated suits and Goldar as well. Goldar is there as well. The web series is meant to go in line promoting the new Playmates Power Rangers Reignition line. Wait. The web series is meant to go in line promoting the new Playmates Power Rangers Reignition line. This is a separate project from the Disney Plus Hulu reboot. Check it out, guys. Look. Check it out. Look. So this is from the Power Rangers web series. So like I said, I don't know what the hell they mean by web series. But look, they got Goldar right there. They got them in the classic Power Ranger suits with a bit of updates. That's crazy. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy. I wonder if they're gonna get actors that resemble the original Power Rangers, or if this is some new stuff, some new members. Huh? Let's see. The previously announced Ninja Kids Power Rangers web series. Ninja Kids. I gotta check that out right now. Goldar. Look at Goldar, guys, with the costume. You just need to see that mask on him, huh? Yeah, the Tommy costume looks cool. The yellow, they all look badass. Classic Power Rangers. Hell yeah. I'm going to check this Power Rangers thing out right now. Critic Chris says, I like 1995 film the best. Yep. The 1995 one was good. Also, what was the 1995 movie? Was it that Oh, yeah, no, I think Power Rangers Turbo was after, huh? Power Rangers Turbo came after than that. Let me see quick. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember this one. Yeah. I remember this one because they also had a movie with Power Rangers Turbo in it, didn't they? Yeah. I remember all these movies. Turbo, Power Rangers. Let me see. A Power Rangers movie. Yeah. I remember the 1995 one. Yeah. That's the one where like this giant alien thing lands in the city, huh? And there's like this egg thing. And then I don't know, I think it's Rita Repulsa, is it? And then she's trying to get whatever the fuck is inside that egg or whatever. Critic Chris says, I didn't like the 2017 film. I didn't really either, bro. Honestly, I didn't really either. That's why I said I always get the 2017 Power Rangers and the Fantastic Four from 2016 confused. I always get them confused. They're almost like the same shit. Apple Ricky says, so there's also a brother and a sister defeat Jester. The brother's name is Sean, and I haven't picked the sister's name. Make the sister's name Marilyn. Apple Ricky. Name the sister Marilyn. Sean and Marilyn. It just has a good ring, you know? It just has a good ring. Name the sister Marilyn. Critic Chris says, I think one of the series for kids, maybe it's the Disney. Wait, what? I think one of the series is for kids. Maybe it's the Disney series. Yeah. So, some of Power Rangers was produced by Disney later on. Remember Toon Disney? You guys remember Toon? Oh, I don't know if you guys are, some of you are old enough, but to the guys that are old enough here, y'all remember Toon Disney, right? After school, they would have Toon Disney. It was for the younger kids, and it would have nothing but cartoons and stuff like that. And regular Disney would have like Lizzie McGuire and Boy Meets World and more teenager shows. Toon Disney, that's where Power Rangers Thunder Force and all that shit was on there. I remember watching all that. So Disney did produce Power Rangers in the 2000s. Drumser says, I'm back. Sorry, I was school. What's up, Drumsers? How you doing? No worries, bro. No worries. Go to school. Go to school, little man. Go to school. Go to school. If you don't have time to be here, bro, and you got to be in school, go to school better, man. I'll always be here. I'm here every week, bro. I'm here every week, bro. But yeah, go to school, little man. Drumsers said hi. What's up, Drumsers? How you doing, bro? Glad to see you here on another episode of Horror Talk Wednesdays, episode 44, little guy. Let us know how your day was, Drumsers, at school. I used to hate school, bro. Just boring as hell, like 8, 12 hours almost. Hell no. Wicked Milk says, I'm glad I dropped out. Wicked Milk says, it looks like old stuff. Yeah, it looks like the classic Power Rangers, right? It looks like the classic Power Rangers, but I don't understand what a web series is. To me, that sounds like it's probably going to be like a free YouTube series. Critic Chris says, season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was the darkest. Which season, though? You just said season. Oh, season 1. Yeah, season 1 was freaking dark as hell. Season 1 was dark as hell. Had some of the best, I think had some of the best. Season 1 had some of the best, I think, giant robot fight scenes. Boom. Critic Chris says season 1. I already read that. Apple Ricky says, I was thinking of Rachel for the sister's name, and their last name would be Looper. That's cool, too. It's your story. Do whatever you want with it, Apple Ricky. That's awesome, though. Critic Chris says Turbo was 1997. What? Yeah, Turbo was 1997. Yeah, 2 years later. Yeah, the 1995 movie, like I said, that's the one where that alien thing lands in the city. That egg thing. I don't know, some egg thing, and then like construction workers are trying to dig it out and stuff. Wicked Milk says Looper, like someone who loops, and DB Dead by Daylight or something. Maybe. Critic Chris says love the armor, like the costumes in '95 film, right? Hell yeah, they look great. Wicked Milk says sisters' names. Ooh, cool, like for a horror movie or something. Yeah, Apple Ricky is naming characters for her upcoming what is it called, for her upcoming clown horror movie. Yeah, Apple Ricky's here just telling me some of the names of the characters she's thinking of for her upcoming clown movie that she's gonna be making. That's cool. That's cool. Apple Ricky says, "I want a killer, Mr. Hanky." Oh, that'll be cool. A killer turd. A killer turd. That would be funny. Drumster says, "So watching the WWE, awesome, bro. You're watching WWE. That's cool. I haven't seen that in a minute." Wicked Milk says, "Laughing my ass off. I also dropped out." Wicked Milk. Cool, bro. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, bro. School just, I don't know, bro. It just wasn't for me, honestly. Honestly, don't think that place is for everyone, bro. Not everyone's gonna be some kind of like a mathematician or some kind of intellectual, you know? Not everyone's gonna be some kind of intellectual, you know? Like, that's what's cool. That's what sucks about school. Like, they only give you so many electives, you know? Like, you only get what? Art, I guess drama, PE, which is like not even an elective, it's just sports basically, you being able to play sports. But they never really have like in schools, in high schools, they never really have like a film, like a film club, you know, for kids that want to study film after high school. Or like they do have like a music club. They do have that. They do have that. But not for rock music, just for like school music, you know? So that's why I realized school wasn't for me. They didn't have the things I wanted to study, like film and stuff, you know? They either want you to be some kind of accountant or maybe a teacher or end up in jail. Those three things. But yeah, let's continue. Critic Chris says, "I'm meeting few Rangers next month at a convention." Awesome, bro. That's awesome. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. That is badass as hell, bro. Hell yeah. Congratulations, bro. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, the actor who played Tommy died, huh? And the actress who played the Yellow Ranger, I always forget her name. But yeah, she died too. She died sometime like in the early 2000s, I think, or late 90s, honestly. Yeah, rest in peace, bro. Yeah, that sucks, right? Yeah, but Bill, what's his name? The guy who plays Billy, David Yost, is still around, and a few of the other actors from all the other Power Rangers series. But yeah, awesome. Apple Ricky says, "Howdy, how?" What does howdy, how mean? Critic Chris says, "Imagine PR against killer clowns from outer space. That'll be crazy, right? That'll be wild, bro. That'll be wild, wild." Apple Ricky says, "Killer turd, like it jumps at you." Yeah, like my Killer Pizza movie idea. Critic Chris says, "I was lucky to meet JDF." Yeah, bro. Yep. 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 That sucks, man. That sucks. He gone, bro. Yeah. I remember when I first heard he died. That was horrible. Horrible, horrible news. Horrible. Wait, what? Damn, this is crazy. All right, guys. Hey, check it out. I wasn't expecting to find this. Yo, listen up. I wasn't expecting to find this. Apple says, "Please do work." Wait, what? Hold on, let me read this. Apple says, "Please do work. Jason fan film, but Jason's a ballerina." That picture you sent me of Jason in a tutu, that was actually pretty funny, Apple That was actually pretty funny. That was actually pretty funny. "Please do work. Jason fan film, but Jason's a ballerina." Imagine he's just wearing a tutu and he's just walking around with regular Jason clothes on, but with the tutu on, walking around killing people. That would be pretty funny. That'd be pretty funny. Wicked Milk says, "Ooh, I got some cool horror sister-like names. Agatha, Abigail, Sabrina, Agnes, Maria. Maria is common, but is meta as fuck." Yeah, Maria is common, huh? Maria! That's how Mexicans guys go when they get dumped by a chick named Maria. Apple says, "Please do it." I will, Apple. I'll try my best. I'm definitely not playing that Jason, though. I'll have Brian play that Jason, because the picture you sent me looked like a bigger Jason. Bigger than the 2009 reboot one. Wicked Milk says, laughing my ass off. That'd be funny as fuck. Yeah, it'd be like some meta comedy stuff, huh? All right, guys, check it out. Are you guys ready to see the new Rita Repulsa? Okay, breaking. First look at new Rita Repulsa. Breaking. First look at new Rita Repulsa in the upcoming Ninja Kids Power Rangers web series. What does this web series mean? The web series is an officially licensed. Oh, so it's okay, cool. All right, that's cool. So that makes sense why they have the rights to the actual old school costumes. Okay, so the web series is officially licensed. Power Rangers project, but it's not the same as the previously announced Disney Plus reboot. Check it out, guys. That's the new Rita Repulsa. This one, well, obviously this one right here, she looks super modern. Super modern. She's got a lot of good things going in a lot of the right places. I'd say that. Wicked Milk says, I think it was his bro. Apple Ricky says, who played Jason in your fan film? Apple Ricky says, please do it. Wicked Milk says, laughing my ass off. That'd be funny as fuck. Wicked Milk says, something you'd see on SNL. Yeah. Apple Ricky says, who played Jason in your fan film? I played Hockey Mask Jason, Apple Ricky. I played Hockey Mask Jason, and my cousin Mike, he played the Sackhead Jason in the beginning of the movie. So the Sackhead Jason is my cousin Mike in the beginning of the movie, and the rest of the movie I play Hockey Mask Jason. Aporeki says, would he be cool wearing a ballerina? It's a movie, so people are cool wearing stuff like that, you know, just for movies. Wicked Milk says, ooh, it was his cuz. Yeah, my cousin Mike. My cousin Mike plays the Sackhead Jason. But yeah, guys, what do you guys think of the new Rita Repulsa? I think she looks pretty good. And remember, this is an official Power Rangers project. This is an official Power Rangers project. It's just not connected to the Disney Plus one coming out. Wicked Milk says, damn, bro, whatever it is, she's got it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, man, yeah. I see it, man. I see why they chose her. She thick, huh? It's crazy because in the old one, like, think about it like this, guys. Like when I was growing up in the 90s and early 2000s, teachers back then in school were old, you know? There was no hot young teachers like now, you know? Teachers were old back then. So witches. Rita Repulsa was basically a witch. So witches back then were supposed to look ugly and weird and old, you know? But now we're in modern day, so the witches now have to look kind of, you know, gothic and hot, you know? But yeah, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing right here. Hell yeah. See if I can find any more stuff. Nah, no more. No more Power Rangers stuff. Now, let's see. What was it called? Ninja Force? Gotta check it out. We'll check out what that is. What is this? Ninja Kids. What the hell? There's like... Damn, dude, there's a lot of stuff on this Power Rangers stuff. Oh, man. Aporeki says, Jason's hairy chest is showing out from the tutu. Yeah, my friend Brian has a hairy chest, too. So we could do all that. Aporeki, I know Wicked Milk says, hee. Wicked Milk says, I was friends with a witch back in high school. Yeah, I was friends with a few witches a few years back, like a few gothic girls I used to know that were quote-unquote witches. Poser witches. Damn, bro. Check this out, guys. Look, check this out. Look at the helmets. Yo, look at the helmets. You got Goldar's helmet right there. You got fucking I always forget her name. I think it was Trin. You got Zach, Billy, Jason, Kimberly, It's just missing Tommy, white or green. Dude, the Goldar helmet looks badass. Dude, that shit looks so sick. Bruh. Look at that, guys. Dude, I feel like this Ninja Kids is probably gonna be maybe better than freaking than that Disney Plus one. Look, check it out, Goldar, bro. Look at that, dude. That shit just looks awesome. Critic Chris says Goldar looks awesome. He looks awesome, huh? Bro, it's like damn. It's like damn, bruh. They're doing a good job for a web series. For a web series, bro, they got hell of a budget for a web series. Jose Gomez says, hello, Frank. I'm watching Dr. Giggles, 1992, and eating spaghetti. Hell yeah, bro. Glad to see you here, Jose Gomez. Another episode of Horror Talk Wednesdays. Episode 44, bro. Hell yeah, Dr. Giggles is cool. I saw that movie growing up in the 90s as well. It's about this crazy doctor who lives in this big-ass freaking house, and he, like, tortures and kills people in it and shit, and he performs surgeries on himself and stuff. It's a gritty-ass freaking movie. It's a gritty-ass movie, bro. It's gritty. It's gritty. It's realistic. I love that movie. I saw it with my cousin Eddie back in the day in the 90s. She was a big horror. She was only like 2 years older than me. She was born 89. I was born 91. So we were like roughly around the same age in the 90s. Yeah, we used to watch VHS horror movies together all the time. And she was like 2 years older than me. So like she was already seeing stuff I wasn't allowed to watch. And she showed me a lot of shit that traumatized my head, bro. She's married now, though. She probably forgot about all that. But hope she's okay. Wicked Milk says, she was like a witch, for real, bro. Her hair was like messed up and her teeth was all black. Like Tia Dalma from Pirates of the Caribbean. Laughing my ass off, but everyone's okay with witches in here. Yeah, witches are cool. I don't care about witches. I'm just saying that new Rita Repulsa looks kind of hot. That's all I'm saying. The new Rita looks kind of hot. The old Rita was like your grandma, you know? But this new Rita, it looks like she's gonna be hot, bro. Wicked Milk says, nah, for real, it do be looking good. Haha, hell yeah, right? The costumes look great. Apple Ricky says Jason would have a fatty with the tutu from behind. Oh, I get you, Apple Rick. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, someone was passing by my window. Hey, get off of the window. Critic Chris says, can witches cast spells for real? I don't know, bro. I mean, honestly, like, I guess kind of, yeah. Because I'm Mexican, growing up Mexican, like, you hear about, like, witchcraft and all that stuff, you know? And you hear about people putting curses on other people and stuff like that. And there has been cases in the town where my mom grew up in that people did get witchcraft and they ended up dying, you know? So it could be true, it could be not. I don't, you know, it's crazy. I've had my weird experiences with like what is it called? Like supernatural stuff like that, I guess. Like I used to see this girl. I used to I was kind of dating this girl at this nightclub a few years back. And when we broke up, we kind of ended on bad terms. And like I was having like nightmares about her, bro. I was having like literal nightmares about her almost every night. I was waking up like at 2, 3 in the morning, you know? And I couldn't sleep sometimes because I would be having nightmares about this chick. You know, so it could be true, bro. It could be true. It could be true. It's crazy. It could be true. And she was a quote unquote card reader, witch or whatever, you know? It could be true, bro. It could be true. Like that's why I'm not saying no, but I'm not saying yes, because you know it's up in the air, bro. Because I've had my crazy experiences as well. Apple Ricky says, what would you do if you had a chick that loved horror and was also religious but didn't want to call your son Damien? Well, who cares? I don't really care about a name. I could name my son Chucky or Isaac or something, you know? I could name my son Thomas, like Leatherface, or Jason, or Michael, or Freddy, you know? So it doesn't even matter, Apple Ricky. Wicked Milk says, I've seen some crazy shit happen. Yeah, me too, bro. Me too. Wicked Milk says, that's all I'm going to say. Critic Chris says, thoughts of vampires being real in New Orleans? Vampires? I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, there's things out there that we weren't meant to know about, you know? A lot of folklore, a lot of like vampires and witches and all that stuff was disguised as folklore. So we wouldn't think it's real, you know? But from what I'm starting to see is like maybe all that stuff could be real, bro. You never know. You never know. You never know. Apple Ricky retracted her message. Wicked Milk says here in Brazil, depending on the state you're in, if you're a witch, you're dead. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah. I'm not surprised. Yeah, because everywhere else in the world still prosecutes like people who practice witchcraft, like in the Middle East and stuff like that. And as well as you said in Brazil, you know, or small Puritan towns, you know, that are all religious. Yeah, that's only here in the United States where it's like really like open like that, you know? Even in Mexico where some people practice witchcraft openly, it's still frowned upon in some towns, you know? So yeah, you could still be thrown at the stake for that, but not here in the United States. Here in the United States, the whole witchcraft card reading stuff is a business, bruh. Wicked Milk says, no way, Frank. I've also been cursed before, bro. It sucks. Yeah, bro. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Yeah, I've been cursed before too, bro. Like I told you. I know in the beginning I said, like it could be real, it could be not. It's up in the air. It could be 50-50, you know? But that did happen to me once, bro. Like I said, this quote-unquote girl I used to be dating at the nightclub, she was like a quote-unquote witch or whatever. Yeah, when we broke up, bro, like I would be having like horrible nightmares about her and stuff, you know? She was hot though, I'm not gonna lie. She was hot. She was hot, but usually hot chicks are crazy like that. Hell yeah, bro. Let's continue looking at this stuff right here. Apple Ricky says, look at me, Damien. It's all for you. Critic Chris says, I wouldn't mind being a vampire like Eric Northman from True Blood. I got Viking blood in me. Awesome, bro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Apple Ricky says, one time my grandma shit her pants in Target. That's so random, but that is funny, Apple Ricky. That is so random, but that is funny. That is funny. That is funny. Critic Chris. Yeah, that sounds cool, bro. Vampires, yeah. I have no doubts vampires could probably be real too, bro. It's all the undead and stuff, you know? It's all the undead. It's all the undead. I'm pretty sure real vampires wouldn't look like how they depict them in like, unless they're like Dracula or something. That's why I think Nosferatu was more a more realistic vampire because he actually looked the part, ugly and falling apart. Dracula's too much of a pimp, you know. He's too good looking. I picture real vampires to be kind of like zombies that are more agile, you know. Apple Ricky says, you see my new video of me acting as Isaac? Yep, I saw it, Apple Ricky. I saw it. Good job. Great job, Apple Ricky. Hell yeah. All right, guys, here's a first look at the new Ninja Kids Mighty Morphin Power Rangers team for upcoming web series. Those are the new kids right there. So yeah, I guess they're using younger kids. Yeah, these are supposed to be like some younger recruits for the Power Rangers, huh? Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, you got some younger kids right here. That's pretty awesome, though. They're lucky they get to do this. Yeah, that's badass. That is badass as hell. That is badass. Let's continue looking at more news. So yeah, that was it for the Power Rangers news. There was a lot, though. There was a lot of Power Rangers news. Now we got some Scream 7 news, everyone. We got some Scream 7 news. We got some Scream 7 news. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up, everyone. Let's get it up to 24. Let's get it up to 24, guys. Come on. Let's get it up to 24 so more people could join us here on the live stream. Let's get it up to 24 so more people could join us here on the live stream. And whoever's new here, welcome to Hollywood Horror Film Club. This is Horror Talk Wednesdays, episode 44. My name is Frank. My name is Frank, and welcome to the channel. Whoever's new here, just arrived or just tuning in. But yeah. Okay, we got some Scream 7 news, guys. We got some Scream 7 news right here. Hell yeah. Let's get into it. So yeah, BloodyDisgusting.com. This is from BloodyDisgusting.com. They are reporting Scream 7. Scream composer Marco Beltrami returns for Scream 7. Shares new music clips. Hell yeah. Here's Ghostface. Let's check it out. Let's see what it says. Marco Beltrami, who composed the music for the first 4 Scream films, is back in the studio for Scream 7. Beltrami shared clips from the recording sessions on Instagram. Astute listeners may recognize the return of Sidney's Lamnit, along with some new music. Cue titles include School Drama, What's in a Name? No, wait. Cue titles include School Drama, What's in a Name, and Mrs. Evans Lamnit. What? There's a Mrs. Evans Lamnit now? Although Beltrami was among the franchise alumni to make a vocal cameo in Scream 2022, the score for that film was composed by Brian Tyler. Tyler teamed up with Sven Falconer for Scream 6. Scream 7 is due out on February 27, 2026 via Paramount. Kevin Williamson, writer of the original Scream, as well as Scream 2 and Scream 4, is directing from a script by Guy Busick, who co-wrote Scream 2022 and Scream 6. Neve Campbell will reprise her role as final girl Sidney Prescott, alongside Courtney Cox, Mason Gooding, Jasmine Savoy Brown, David Arquette, Matthew Lillard, and Scott Foley. Isabel May, Joe McHale, McKenna Grace, Celeste O'Connor, Sam Reachner, Asa German. What a name, though, dude. Asa German. I bet when this kid was born, his parents were like, your name is going to be Asa. Your name is going to be Asa, bro. Your name is Asa. Damn, bro, I would hate for that to be my name, Asa. Think about it. Think about how the doctors must have been when they were naming this guy, Asa. But yeah, Asa German, Anna Camp, Ethan Embry, Mark Consuelo's an Hispanic guy. Michelle, that's Mark Consuelo's, I think is Kevin Williams' boyfriend or something. Michelle Randolph and Jimmy Tatro run out the cast. Plot details are being kept under wraps, but the latest installment in the slasher saga is expected to focus on Sidney and her family approximately 2 years after the events of Scream 6. Yeah, hell yeah, that's cool. Marco Beltrami's back for Scream 7. Yeah, we haven't heard a score from him since Scream freaking 4, huh? Like 14 years, almost 15. Wicked Milk says, kicked a totem at a cemetery. Wait, what? Kicked a totem at a cemetery. Motherfuckers then cursed me, laugh out loud. Next day I woke up with fucking maggots in my room, bro. Also had bad luck for the whole month. But yeah, like Frank said, mostly nightmares, dizziness. Yeah, bro, you respect the dead, bro. Honestly, there's something that I respect is the dead. Because we all will be dead one day, bro, and you want people to respect you in death, you know? So yeah, you don't kick people's graves and shit, man. Makes sense why that happened, bro. Makes sense. So yeah, that's why since that happened with that girl, with that witch girl, I never messed around with card readers or like quote unquote witch chicks ever again, bro. Never again. Never again. That's one of the reasons why I'm kind of weary of goth girls, because a lot of them are into the whole like putting curses on dudes and stuff, you know? That's why I'm very weary about goth girls, because they're the ones mostly who practice all that stuff. Wicked Milk says, Marco Beltrami is the essence of Scream, bro. So glad he is back. You know we're going to have some sick sequences. Hey, you know what? Wicked Milk, when I heard he was back for Scream 7, and then when I heard the other day, when I heard some of the score, I was like, I know what they're doing. Dude, I heard on his Instagram, bro, on his Instagram, he posted a video of them recording that classic Sydney theme. You know, that's that theme that goes that whole thing. You know, Sydney's Labnet. There's a clip of them recording that, and when I heard it, I was like, bro, they're going back to that old school Scream feel from '96. They're not gonna. Yeah, I feel they probably will have some inspiration from other later Scream movies, but from what I've seen and heard in the score, they're gonna go back to that classic, more depressing feeling of Scream that the first movie had. You know, like the first Scream movie, like Sydney, she just came off as depressed, bro. She came off as miserable. If you watch the first Scream movie, she came off as miserable. She came off as depressed. She looked like she was gonna commit suicide at any moment, you know? Nev Campbell was able to get. She had that range, you know. She had that look of a vulnerable woman, you know, a vulnerable young woman, you know. She looked like she was literally gonna commit suicide, you know. Like Sydney in that first Scream movie, she was just like, she like she just looked like shit, bro. She looked like shit. And nothing bad on the actress, you know, nothing bad on the actress. That's the way they made the character look in the movie, you know? She didn't look so great in the first movie because she was going through trauma, you know, from her mom being killed and stuff like that, you know? So yeah, it makes sense. They're going back to that more like that more miserable 90s. Because the 90s, bro, the first Scream came out in the 90s. So in the 90s, the thing that was popular in the 90s was depression, being miserable, grunge, you know, all that shit was in the first Scream movie. Because Scream came out in that time period, 96, you know, that transitioning period from the early 90s to the mid to late 90s, you know? So we still had all that like depression and suicide and miserable atmosphere going on, you know. So they're going back to that more like that more classic miserable feeling for Sydney, you know, especially with the soundtrack, you know. And yeah, and they're also gonna go back to I think a more brutal Ghostface. Ghostface was, I think Ghostface honestly was the scariest in the first Scream. Ghostface was the scariest in the first Scream. He was the most brutal. Yeah, dude. In later movies, I think that's when they started making Ghostface more comedic. He was kind of comedic in the first movie, but he wasn't too much comedy, you know? It was like basically like Freddy Krueger in the first Elm Street. He was kind of funny, but he was still scary, you know? And that was Ghostface in the first Scream movie. He was kind of funny, but still menacing, you know? Apariki says, I love the Omen theme. Yes, that's a good theme as well. The Exorcist theme, the Omen theme, and the Halloween theme all sounded similar to me growing up. Apariki, did you hear that? The Exorcist theme, the Omen theme, and what is it called? The Halloween theme, they all sounded similar to me growing up. It was all that like synth freaking piano music. Melina says, did you say that Matthew Lillard is in it again? Yeah, he's in it. He's in it. He's definitely gonna be in it. He's in it. We all know he's in it already. It was announced publicly like about a year ago. So yeah, Matthew Lillard will be in Scream 7. To what capacity? I don't know. If he's gonna be like literally a physical, alive character, or if he's gonna be some kind of AI like rendering, I don't know yet. I don't know. I don't know to what capacity he's gonna be in it, but he's gonna be in it. Wicked Milk says, yeah, Stu is alive 100%. Yep. Apple says, Stu's my favorite Scream character. Stu's cool. I like him. Yeah, he's cool. I like Billy more. But I like Billy, though, because of his style, though. His hair and the way he dresses, because, you know, I kind of dress like that. I basically copied him, you know, when I was a kid. But I like Stu more as a Ghostface killer because he doesn't really have a motive. Stu's just having fun, as he says, you know? Like I said, I like Billy's style and stuff. His hair is cool and all that. But I like Stu's motive better because he has no motive. Yeah, you know? Billy's motive is too mama's boy. Too simpy for my taste, honestly. Oh, my mom and dad broke up, so I'm gonna kill people now. That's such a crybaby motive, honestly. Like, honestly, like, at the end of Scream 96, I kind of lose respect for Billy Loomis. Because his motive just seemed really like pussy. It was such a pussy motive. It was such like a wuss motive, you know? It's basically on par with your girlfriend breaking up with you, you know? It was such a like crybaby. He was too old to be crying for his parents breaking up at that point. Freaking 17, almost 18 years old. I wouldn't give a hell at that point. That's why at the end of the movie, I gained more respect for Stu's character because he was just killing for the hell of it, you know? He was just following around Billy. Billy was just telling him to target people, and he went bam, you know. Um, Wicked Milk says, "Oh yeah, Sydney's Lamney. Yeah, bro, that theme is back. You know, so you know we're gonna have a more like depressing Scream movie, like the first one." Wicked Milk says, "You know it's gonna be a scene like it's happening again." Yup, yup, yup. We are. Apple Ricky says the Popeye horror films are shit. I would direct one though. I would direct one if they hired me to. I would direct one. Hell yeah. Even if they are shit, it's like they seem like shit, but that's how people used to see Friday the 13th movies back in the day, you know? Back in the day, if you were a director and you couldn't get any other job at the moment and you got hired to make a Friday the 13th movie, you'd be like, oh man, those movies are shit. I don't want to direct that. That's the same thing with the Popeye movies. I'd direct one though, dude. I would direct one. I wouldn't care. I would make Popeye badass though. A badass killer. Wicked Milk says, hell yeah. She did a great job, bro. She looks suicidal as fuck. That's what I'm saying. Remember? Yeah, Wicked Milk knows what's up. Wicked Milk knows what's up. Yeah, the first Scream, Sydney was literally like she looked like she needed therapy, bro. Like she always looked like her eyes, like Nev Campbell in the first Scream movie, it looked like she was always crying. Her face, her eyes always looked puffy. Her eyes always look puffy. I don't know if that's something they did for the movie or something, but her eyes always look puffy, like she's always crying, like she was always crying, you know. And that made her look more vulnerable, like she was. It made the movie feel more realistic, bro. The first Scream is the most realistic one. It made the movie feel more realistic. That's another one of those movies that feels real, you know. That feels real. That feel like when you get lost in it, you forget that there's a camera recording them, you know. So yeah, and that added to the realism of the movie is Nev Campbell's like distressed look in the movie. You know, she always looked worried, looked paranoid. Um, Wicked Milk says Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich gonna carry the Five Nights at Freddy movie too. Yep, I expect some kind of like Easter egg to Billy and Stu in that movie since they're both in it. Apple Ricky says Oswald is the Pale Boy's real name. I confirmed that. Awesome, yeah, that's a good name, Oswald. 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 It sounds sinister. Oswald. You know, kind of like Oswald Cobblepot from Batman. Wicked Milk says, bro, if the opening isn't a Maureen Prescott death flashback, they sold. Because that's the best way to open Scream 7, bro. Unless they open it with Ghostface attacking Sid, but then failing, that'd be dope. Honestly, yeah, bro. That would be the best way to go because since I was a kid and I saw the first Scream, I was always like, why didn't they show the mom getting, you know, killed and stuff? That could have added better context to the movie, you know? I always wondered about that. How come they never showed that? And then in Scream 3, we actually get some home footage, right? Of Roman stalking his mom and Billy's dad, you know? Watching them have their affair and stuff, which is kind of weird if you think about it. Like, if you think about it, following around your mom, watching her hook up with some dude and recording it, that's just weird. Roman was on some weirdo shit as well right there. But yeah, that's the most we got. And then Scream 4 came out in 2011, and that's when I thought they were probably gonna do that as well at that time as well, you know? But they didn't. And Scream 5, I thought they could have done that, but no, they didn't. Again. And if they don't do it this time, they'll probably do it for 8. But yeah, bro, I really hope we'd see a Maureen Prescott flashback. Like in the style of Halloween Kills. You know how they did their 78 flashback in Halloween Kills? I would love to see a freaking flashback to 1995, a year before the Ghostface killing spree started. When they take out Maureen Prescott. You know? I really want to see all the vintage 90s stuff, all the clothes. I wonder if they would de-age Skeet Ulrich and Matthew Lillard and Scott Foley to do the scene, you know? Or if they would just hire younger actors that look really close to those actors, you know? And honestly, I thought they were gonna Now that I remember, I thought they were gonna have a flashback scene to the '90s, also in Scream, in Scream 5 and Scream 2022, because in the behind the scenes pictures, you see a picture of Sydney's dad's like station wagon, the station wagon that Dewey and Gail find tucked away in the forest when they almost get ran over by the high schoolers in Scream 1 when they're on their way to when they're on their way to go see Hembree's body hanging from the goalpost. There was a picture of that, and that same station wagon also makes an appearance in the film as well. But it wasn't in no flashback. It was just there like an Easter egg or something, you know? And yeah, I thought they were gonna do a flashback as well, but they didn't. Apple Ricky says Stu's my favorite because he's hilarious. Yeah, he's basically Shaggy as the killer. So basically, Stu Macher is basically what would happen if Shaggy from Scooby Doo ended up being the killer, you know, in the Scooby game. Wicked Milk says exactly. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I really want to see the vintage '90s stuff, you know. But yeah, like I said, I thought they were gonna have a flashback scene in Scream 5, because you saw that Sydney's dad's vintage station wagon, and I thought they were gonna have like a freaking a flashback scene to maybe something we didn't see happen at school, you know, when Sydney was going there. But no, nothing. And then Scream 6 rolled around, and then when Scream 6 rolled around, there was rumors circulating that there was going to be a flashback to 2011. There was rumors circulating that there was going to be a flashback to 2011 to Jill's and Charlie's Ghostface killing spree in 2011 in Woodsboro. Because supposedly, I don't know, they said that they saw Jill Roberts. They saw Emma Roberts somewhere in Canada at that time when they were shooting and stuff. And then there was also this set picture that came out that looked kind of like a Kirby's front porch from Scream 4. But nope, nothing again. Wicked Milk says, laughing my ass off, right? He's goofy as fuck, but he's truly evil too. So it kind of makes it scary. That's what I mean. Stu Macher's motive was more psycho than Billy Loomis's motive. Billy Loomis's motive, I'm going to be honest, Billy Loomis's motive in court could have probably gotten him off the hook. They could have, Billy Loomis's motive could have reduced his sentence, because he could have just used the whole mental illness, my parents' divorce. I'm going through all the trauma and drama from their divorce, so I needed an outlet, you know? Like Billy Loomis in court could have had his freaking his sentence reduced, but not Stu Macher. Stu Macher would have done life in prison, bro, because he had no motive. He had a motive, it was no motive, you know? So the cops and the court would have seen that as just psychotic, you know, so they would have tucked him away. They would have locked him up for life. And Billy Loomis could have probably done 15 years and with parole or something, you know. They could have done 15 years and then get his parole. But not Stu Macher. Stu Macher would have done life in prison. He would have done life in prison. Apple Ricky says, did he know there was actually a murder that happened and it was inspired by Scream? Two teenagers killed a girl named Casey Stoddard. Oh yeah, I know. But that happened after Scream. That happened like 10 years after the movie came out. Apple Ricky, yeah, that came out like 10 years after the movie came out. Yeah, I remember hearing about that growing up as well. And I was also examining that case as well when I was making my Scream fan film. I was looking over that case, you know, just to like see if I could use stuff for inspiration or something, you know. But yeah, that happened like 10 years after the movie. This happened when I was like a freshman in high school. These fools were like seniors already. I was like a freshman and they were like seniors, I think. This happened in 2006, I think. No, I was like in 10th grade and they were like seniors. Yeah, I didn't go to the same school as them though. But we were in high school at the same time. Yeah, this happened like 10 years after the movie. Apple Ricky, so the real crime that inspired Scream was the Gainesville Ripper. Apple Ricky, later on, look up the Gainesville Ripper, and it was some guy that was on a college campus killing college girls. Sound familiar? Scream 2, Scream 1, but in Scream 1 they couldn't use the college, so they used the high school instead. So yeah, there it is basically. So Apple Ricky, look up the Gainesville Ripper, and that happened before Scream. That actually inspired Kevin Williamson to write Scream. And like I said earlier, very similar. A killer on a college campus killing early 20s teenage girls, you know. But in the movie Scream, he's on the first one, he's in a high school, and then the second one, he's on a college. Wicked Milk says so many things that they can play with Stu being back, even some sort of redemption arc in 8 or something. Laugh out loud. Nah, honestly, no, bro. I don't like it when they make my killers into good guys. I don't like it when they make my killers into good guys, bro. If they're gonna bring back Stu, they better keep him evil. They better keep him evil and not make him into an anti-hero or something after. Because I've always, I hate it. I hate it when they make killers into good guys. That's one thing that I hated about Dragon Ball Z, is that a lot of the times, the bad guys ended up becoming their freaking teammates, you know? Which is like whatever in some sorts, but it's like, no, sometimes the bad guys are supposed to continue being bad, you know? Like Magneto from freaking, from X-Men, you know? Like, he has sympathy towards the X-Men because they are his people. They're the same, like, race, you know, or whatever. But he still does his own thing, you know? He still is a bad guy in his own time, you know? But he does help out the X-Men from time to time because they are the same race, you know, or whatever they are. But he's still a bad guy, you know? That's why Magneto's perfect. And that's one thing I liked about Dragon Ball Z that they never did, was they never made Cell a good guy. Cell is still evil as shit. You know how they eventually made Majin Buu, what is it called, Piccolo, all the bad guys into like acquaintances, right? Cell is the only one. Even Frieza for a little bit kind of got acquainted with them, but Cell is the only one, and Cooler as well. Cell and Cooler are the only ones I have never ever seen become good guys, because those guys are straight evil, bro. Shit, even the androids became good guys. But not Cell. Cell and Cooler, those guys are cold-hearted monsters, dude. Jose Gomez says, hello, Frank, Dr. Giggles, 1992. Awesome, bro. That's a great movie. That is a great movie. Wicked Milk says, for real, bro. And the fact that it all happened in his house, they'd argue that it was mostly planned by him. Yep. Exactly. That's what I'm telling you, bro. That's what I'm telling you. Billy Loomis had the escape route, low-key. Even if they did get caught, Billy would have had a reduced sentence, because he had the excuse of mental illness and the parents breaking up and stuff, you know? So, and since he was still a teenager and stuff, but Stu's motive, no motive, bro. He would have done life in prison. Apple says they were her classmates. Apple says, I know it did. Yep. Apple yep, they were her classmates. Yeah, what a bunch of jerks, huh? Apple says, I know it did, yep. Yeah, that happened like 10 years after the movie. Wicked Milk says, oh yeah, this case was dumb as fuck. Real psychos. Even recorded themselves planning the killings and stuff. Yeah, dumbasses, right? What a bunch of idiots. Wicked Milk says, Ghostface, anti-hero would be dope, though. You see, Wicked Milk, that only works with Sam Carpenter, though. That's why they're stupid. That's why they're dumb. Why'd they get rid of her? The Ghostface anti-hero only worked with Sam, though, because she was the only one who was able to switch from good to evil, you know, if you get what I mean. That's what they were going for in the Scream 4 and Scream 5 and 6. They were hinting at us that Sam did have a hint of Billy in her, but she was able to control it and use it for good and to defend herself, not to just kill people. So the whole anti-hero Ghostface thing only works for Sam, bro. It only works with Sam because she's the only good. She's the only good final girl that is able to kind of go crazy but still be a good person at the same time and not turn completely evil, you know? I think the anti-hero only works with Sam. Emo Punk Princess says, sup, Frank? Good to see you. What's up, Emo Punk Princess? How you doing? Glad to see you here on the channel. Another episode of Horror Talk Wednesdays. Today's episode 44. Please smash the thumbs up, yeah? Emo Punk Princess, get us up to 25, please. Apple Ricky says, old Chucky's weird looking in the Chucky TV series. Wait, do you mean old Chucky is weird looking? I think I like the old Chucky look better. From Child's Play 1 to 3, I like that look better. I think the new Chucky in the TV series looks cool, but I think they overlay it with CGI too much. Like, they overlay everything with CGI now. It makes the movie look too digital. Like, too digital. Like, I like the older look of Chucky better, when he looked more like the president. But yeah, honestly, yeah, like the new Chucky TV series, it's good. Well, it's not new anymore. It's like 4 years old now. But yeah, the Chucky TV series, the Chucky puppet is good, but I think they overlay it with too much CGI when he's walking and talking, and that makes it look less realistic. In the old movies, they didn't have CGI overlay like that, so they just had the raw footage, and they had to get the best acting recorded and the best special effects going to make it look convincing. Wicked Milk says, like, imagine Ghostface that has a vendetta for someone who's bad, but he still kills if you're in his way. Yeah, that's kind of like how Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees operate. Michael and Jason have their targets, but if you stand in their way, they're gonna kill you either way. Yeah, I get you, bro. I get you. Kirk Learn says, have you ever seen Twisted Metal TV show? I think I've heard about it, but I don't think I've seen it, bro. I don't think I've seen it. Let me see quick. Let me see what that's all about. Oh, about those clowns? I think I've seen a little bit of it, yeah. I think I've seen a little bit of it, but not too much. Don't they, like, kill people in this ice cream truck or something? If I remember correctly. Hey, Kirk Learn, don't they, like, kill people in, like, an ice cream truck? Or something like that? And it's, like, a group of them in a freaking, like an ice cream truck or some shit. Apple Ricky says, that was insane. I was shocked when I heard of that. Yeah, it was crazy, right, Apple Ricky? Emo Punk Princess has multiple personality disorder. That's me. Those are actors right there. Actors have multiple personality disorder. Kirk Learn says, I hate when they cancel the Chucky TV series. I want to watch more of that. Yeah, honestly, bro, I liked it. I used to like waking up on Tuesday mornings after on Thursday mornings after a night of clubbing and watching the new episode of Chucky TV series. Man, now I don't got shit to watch in the morning. Now I just watch something on my tablet and get up. But yeah, bro, yeah, I hate it when they take off good TV shows, because, like, I really love it when there's a good TV series on, because I got shit to watch in the morning, you know? But, unfortunately not right now. Alien Earth is there, but Alien Earth is too long, though. Alien Earth is more for, like a afternoon or a night watch. Because Alien Earth is, like, sometimes, like, 2 hours, a freaking episode. And, no, I can't be laying in my bed for 2 hours in the morning. You know, I gotta get the place going and running, you know, and cleaning up. Wicked Milk says, I think the Chucky and Child's Play 2 is the best. The puppet and animatronic work is almost flawless. Yeah, honestly, be honest with you, bro, my favorite Chucky is the one from Child's Play 3. Child's Play 2 and Child's Play 3, I think, are the best looking ones, yeah. The best looking ones. They look pretty much identical in Child's Play 2 and Child's Play 3. Just that he's a bit, like, chunkier, like, fatter from the face in Child's Play 3. And Child's Play 1, that movie was more darker than the Child's Play 2 and Child's Play 3. That first Child's Play was like a dark Chicago crime mystery, you know? Yeah, so Wicked Milk, yeah, my favorite Chucky puppets were from Child's Play 2 and Child's Play 3. More brighter colors. You know, I like the more brighter colors from Child's Play 2 and 3. Child's Play 1, the colors were more dull. They were more dull. What is it called? And Chucky's overalls look more like jeans in that one. In the first Child's Play, his overalls didn't really look like corduroy. They look more like jeans. Emo Punk Princess says in In the Cookie show, Cookie show, the kid's dad is Devin Sawa. He's in everything now. Oh, horror. Yeah, Devin Sawa. I grew up watching him as a kid in the 90s in movies. He's in one of my favorite movies called Ideal Hands or Idle Hands, where his hand is like killing all his friends and shit on Halloween. That's a good movie. Kirk Learn says, yes, they kill each other with cars. Yeah, yeah. I didn't see too much of it, bro. I just saw a little bit. But yeah, that's all I remember. Wicked Milk says, Chucky in the White House was crazy, though. Laughing my ass off. Yeah, it was cool. I liked it. Wicked Milk says, Frank, you got to watch Severance. What is that about? Apple Ricky says, my favorite Chucky would be the original. Child's Play 1, the scariest one. Emo Punk Princess, I watch it in the morning, Alien Earth. Oh, yeah. That's sick. Emo Punk Princess, I like Wendy. Hey, yeah, that new chick from Alien Earth is hot, dude. That new girl, that new chick playing the main chick, she is hot. Twisted Emo says, I'm back. Welcome back, Twisted. Twisted Emo says, I'm currently going to work on a part 4 mask. Then I'll probably do a Roy Burns mask. Yes, I need a Roy Burns mask as well. I'm going to be working on a part 3 mask soon. Look. Just got to dirty it up. Get the scratches on it and the chevrons and the rest. Kirk Learn says, what's your favorite It movie? My favorite It movie? The original one, probably. The original one with Tim Curry. The original one with Tim Curry, guys. The original one with Tim Curry. The original one. You heard me right there? The original one with Tim Curry. All right, guys. We got some more Halloween news right here. We got some more Halloween game news. We got some more Halloween game news. Let's read it. Damn, my freaking ear has a lot of air in it. Emo Punk Princess says, I love Idle. What is it? How do you pronounce it? Idle Hands or Ideal Hands? I think it's Idle Hands. Did he kill his parents in the beginning? I think he does, doesn't he? I think he does kill his parents in the beginning. Okay, so right here, Game Informer is reporting everything we learned about single player and multiplayer in IllFonic's Halloween. So yeah, we got some new news on the Halloween game right here from IllFonic. October 31st, 1963, the date of the most horrific night in Haddonfield, Illinois. The day Michael Myers escaped the asylum and became, that's not the day, that's the day he killed his sister. The day Michael Myers escaped the asylum and became infamous with the holiday that is Halloween. I'll never forget the first time I watched John Carpenter's masterpiece 1978 horror film Halloween at far too young an age. The result, at 30 years old, Michael Myers is still the most terrifying silver screen slasher to me. Watching one of his countless appearances in media still invites nightmares of the white mask. Michael's uncanny ability to be anywhere and everywhere at once, and his endless desire to kill. It's for this reason that Halloween is my all-time favorite horror movie. It's also a franchise. I've been waiting forever for IllFonic developer of the Friday the 13th Predator Hunting Grounds and Killer Clowns from Outer Space to tackle it in its typical asymmetrical multiplayer style. I was thrilled to learn that the time has come with IllFonic revealing Halloween's last week, and even more excited to interview the studio's chief creative officer, Jared Gerritsen, about the game. Everything we learned about IllFonic's Halloween. So here we go, guys. Like, looks like the Tots mask right there, the 78 Tots mask. Apple Ricky says, my clown is also a cannibal. Mine too. Mine too, Apple Ricky. Mine too. Tyler Eden is a cannibal. Emo Punk Princess says, any news on Crystal Lake? No news, unfortunately, on the Crystal Lake series recently. No news, but we got news on the new Halloween game. Let's see what it says. Gerritsen first shows me the Halloween reveal trailer, which offers a nice cinematic appetizer of what's to come in the game when it launches sometime next year, before proclaiming Halloween as IllFonic's biggest game yet. That's not surprising considering it features 1v4 asymmetrical multiplayer, typical for the developer, but also a single player campaign that puts you in the boots of Michael on the night of Halloween in 1963. I think they got the year wrong, bro. I think they got the year wrong. Unless you're gonna be able to play as him as a kid when he kills his sister. But I think they got the year wrong. Halloween 1963. That's a huge addition to the multiplayer title and something I'm eager to ask Garrettson at the top of my interview. Single player campaign. He says IllFonic is aware that when it and other teams announce games based on popular horror IPs like Halloween, fans bummed when they learn it's an asymmetrical multiplayer game and wanted to include a single player campaign for them. But that's not the only reason. Garrettson tells me the single player campaign is designed to be played first as it teaches you how to be the best Michael Myers in the game's multiplayer mode. You'll play through the events of the first Halloween film and a little after to learn more never before seen story about that night and acquire different abilities and perform different kills on the citizens of Haddonfield in the campaign. It trains you to be an optimal Michael Myers for multiplayer. Garrettson says the team is working with Carpenter, longtime franchise producer Malik Akkad. He's been its producer since 1985, taking over the reins from his father, who was the Halloween producer prior to that to create this game, including the single player campaign, so you can expect it to feel authentic to the original films. It will even emulate the 1970s movie vibe of the original film, with Garrettson calling it a period piece game. That's crazy. That's crazy. This means the visual style, the dialogue, and even the technology available to you in the game will match the time period. This applies to single player and multiplayer content in the game. With Garrettson explaining to me, IllFonic has taken great strides to revolutionize this genre. This time around, where IllFonic out in the world with NPCs and AI and heroes can save the town. Now instead of the standard do XYZ and escape alone, but you can play how you want, he says. If you're saving town people, you're slowing Michael down from killing people. On the other hand, if you're playing as Michael, you have more things to do that might be easier than killing a hero. So the power balance is a lot more interesting and different than the same old of the genre. Halloween will utilize the canon of the franchise heavily, but IllFonic has been given the green light to add things if it needs to make it fun. For example, in the movies, Michael has the uncanny ability to appear anywhere and seemingly inhuman in the amount of damage he can take. His gameplay abilities will reflect that. He is not a man anymore, after all, Dr. Samuel Loomis declares in a reveal trailer. He is the shape. Speaking of Loomis, IllFonic is working with the family of Loomis actor Donald Pleasence to use his likeness as Loomis in the narrator of the game's campaign. Karma, the Dark World developer, Polar Studios, helping IllFonic develop the campaign, something Garrettson says has supercharged the Unreal Engine 5 developed project. Garrettson says Jason of Friday the 13th fame is a bull in a china shop, that the Predator is a big cat, powerful and noisy, and that Michael is a coiled up cobra that happens to be in any bush you walk by. That will be reflected in his gameplay powers through IllFonic. Isn't ready to dive into specifics yet. Wait, what? They're calling Jason is a bull in a china shop, that the Predator is a big cat, powerful and noisy. They're saying Michael's more slick. IllFonic is still supporting its older titles. Released new Predator Hunting Grounds content in recent weeks, but Garrettson says this is the first time the entire team will be focused on one project in Halloween. Partly that's because Unreal Engine 5 allows the team to try new techniques it struggled with in the past, such as dynamic lighting and other technological feats. Why now? So yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. Apple Ricky says his real name isn't actually Jester. What is it, Apple Ricky? Kirk Lert says on the Halloween movie, the last one, when Michael Myers died, Michael Myers should have grabbed Lois' drawer, to leg and to the meat grinder with them, and then they would have been the movie. Both him and Laurie going in the meat grinder together, that would have been funny. That would have been funny. Wicked Milk says, I think they should have made Laurie die with Michael somehow. Like, imagine they fight at the radio tower and they both fall from there. Either that or she kills him in Halloween H2O. Yeah, well, supposedly in Halloween Kills, the original plot, no, Halloween Ends, the original plot for Halloween Ends, supposedly it was going to be taking place still the same night as 2018 in Kills, and that they were going to have some kind of like final battle at that freaking like that radio tower thing, you know. They were gonna have some kind of final battle at that radio tower, Lori and Michael, you know. So who knows what could have happened? That could have gone down. Wicked Milk says, "Damn, bro, so many good things they could have done with Halloween Ends." Yup. Leroy Lorax says, "What's up, Leroy Lorax? How you doing, bro? Got to see you here on another episode of Horror Talk Wednesdays, episode 44. Please smash the thumbs up. Spinosaurus, hi, watching a show. What's up, Spinosaurus? Please smash the thumbs up, guys. Please smash the thumbs up. Apple Ricky says, I saw Callum Vincent's Instagram story. He was in front of his trailer. That's cool. That's cool, Apple Ricky. That's cool. That's awesome. YK Zach says, sorry for being late. What's up, Frank? Nothing much. Just here going over some Halloween game news. Okay, so here we continue more. Why now? After the release of the Friday the 13th in 2017, Alphonic made a massive list of the IP it wanted to play around in, because you can't just grab an IP and say, okay, we're starting on it. Garrettson tells me, as you might expect, copyright and other issues make developing an IP like Predator or Halloween tough. Garrettson says Alphonic developed Friday the 13th, then Predator, Hunting Grounds, then had a couple of projects canceled, and while working on Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, the Killer Clowns from Outer Space IP landed in its lap. During the game's development, Halloween arrived at its stores. That's when we started going, let's go work on the next project and focus the entire company on it. Despite the studio-wide focus on Halloween development, Garrison says it's important that Alphonic not abandon its prior projects, which says it hasn't. We fully believe in making a game, supporting the game, and even when going to another game, still keeping past ones going and fostered, he adds. As for developing a game around Michael Myers, Garrison says there hasn't been much representation for him in games. I joke about owning the Michael skin in Call of Duty. Yeah, that's exactly what you want for Michael, right? Garrison jokes back. No, Michael is this unknown monster, the shape, the thing in the corner of your eye, the thing you're afraid to look out and see at night. And everyone has a different experience with him. He is the boogeyman, and that's why we're really all in on this game. Fun sites at the top of Alphonic multiplayer priorities in Halloween, but a close second is breaking the stigma. Garrettson says, we have to use the world to make it bigger. What would happen if you zoomed the camera? What would happen if you zoomed the camera all the way out and saw Haddonfield beyond how it was needed for a scene in the movie? Alphonic focuses on thoughtfully adding the Haddonfield. It's doing the same for Michael's set of moves. Since the game is based on the events of the first film, it places you in the same mindset as Haddonfield citizens and movie watchers in that a lot of Michael Myers is obscured in the mystery. We're kind of explaining on that. Garrison says, is he looking for Laurie Strode or just coming back home to right a wrong or get revenge on something else? You don't know what it is. All you know is he is Michael Myers and he killed his sister. Loomis has gone crazy in the film because he's obsessed with this thing you cannot understand. And in our game, you will be playing the thing he and you cannot understand. I think that's definitely an interesting angle. For creating Michael's moveset, Garrison says the team watched Halloween over and over again and paid attention to the things he does in film. Damn, I keep having tongue twisters. He does in film, just kind of took that and determined what it means and what if you can X, Y, Z. We essentially connected these things and presented it to the IP team and said, hey, this is what we feel like we can do. Though he's cagey about what exactly Garrettson says the team cracked a mechanic I've never seen in any other game, and that players will have the experience this holy shit moment for themselves when Halloween launches on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and PC next year. Hell yeah, that was a long ass read, but yeah. Hell yeah, this game's gonna be sick. This game is gonna be sick as hell. Spinosaurus says Halloween Ends could have been a good movie. They had so many ways to end it. Instead, they focused on some guy who had nothing to do with Michael. Yeah, you know what I heard? I heard that David Gordon Green just wanted to do a romance movie, bro. I heard he wanted to do a romance movie, and he didn't have one that there wasn't an actual romance movie he was hired to do. So I heard he like incorporated that into Halloween Ends. Emo Punk Princess says, Frank, are we a model today? Nope, I didn't do my hair. Not a model today. I did not do my hair. Emo Punk Princess says, nice shirt. Yeah, it's my band shirt. Hell yeah. Kirk Lawrence says, I wish they kept on making Scream TV shows. Yep. Scream works great as a TV series. Scream works really great as a TV series because in the Scream movies, you don't get a lot of time with the characters. You only get like maybe 30 minutes with all of them together, and then they start getting killed off. In the TV series, you get more time with the characters because the episodes are longer. You have to explore more characters and more subplots. You know, in the movie, you could only have the main subplot and maybe like a little tiny one or two on the side, and that's about it. Wicked Milk says that felt out right. I mean, corny should have at least been developed since Halloween Kills. Yup. They should have, but they went another way, bro. They went another way. YK Zach says there should be a Halloween X, kind of like Jason X. Well, there was gonna be Michael Myers in space, even before Jason X in the early '90s. There was talks of Michael Myers in space before Jason. But that never happened. Wicked Milk says he'd do good in like a Halloween TV series though. Imagine him crashing out the last episodes and killing everyone. Yep. Yeah, that would have worked too, Wicked Milk. That would have worked too, but you know how it is. YK Zach says, damn, the gaming system I have is the one I can't play it on. Damn. Well, you're lucky. It's still like a year before it comes out. So you better get to saving the money to get a new system. Luckily, I have a PS5, so I'll be able to play it. Kirkland says, Halloween Ends sucked ass. I don't really hate it that much. I kind of like it, honestly. I kind of like it. I like the... It felt more like a Rob Zombie movie, Halloween Ends. Because you see more bums, you see more dirtiness in that movie. Michael's all bummy in that movie. There's a lot of homeless in that movie. It felt more like a Rob Zombie movie. The gore, it was more gorier. Kirk Learn says, are you ready for Scream 7 movie? Hell yeah, bro. Marco Beltrami's back doing the soundtrack. YK Zach says Scream 7 would kind of be good, but they'll just kill then at the end. And anyway, wait, what? Scream 7 would kind of be good, but they'll just kill then at the end anyway. I don't get what you mean there, bro. Wicked Milk says, I just wish they had more scenes with Corey and Michael thing. Yeah, the Corey and Michael thing could have worked great in a TV series, huh? Yeah, it could have worked great because you could have gotten to know Corey's character more, you know? You could have gotten to know his character more, and then more people would have probably been more satisfied with him, like, copying Michael and stuff, or being, like, the new Shape. But, yeah, that didn't happen. Yeah, so what I got from Halloween Ends, they were trying to do an anthology movie, basically. They were basically trying to do an anthology movie like Halloween 3. So the movie is about Michael Myers, but not really. Michael Myers is just a side character, a subplot in Halloween Ends. The story is really about Corey, if you really think about it. The story is really about Corey. And his story just happens to culminate in Michael and Laurie fighting each other one last time. Wicked Milk says, I don't know, bro. 7 will probably end in a cliffhanger. Oh, definitely will. It definitely will, because Scream 8 is already confirmed. YK Zach says, like, they'll probably just kill the people under the mask anyway. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's how it always is, bro. They're gonna have to kill... They're going to have to kill one of the killers at least, or two of them at least. So they're going to have a cliffhanger. They're going to have another one that goes into the next movie, already knowing what happened in the last one. I bet you $10. I bet you $10 McKenna Grace is going to be one of the Ghostface killers. I bet you $10 McKenna Grace is going to be one of the Ghostface killers. I say that because McKenna Grace, she's like recently turned 18, and I feel like she's probably trying to break out of all her like childhood roles. You know, like the Ghostbusters roles, the Bad Seed, all those little kid roles she was doing when she was a kid. since she's 18 now, I feel like she's probably gonna try to break out of all those like child roles and probably gonna try to do something different, you know. So I wouldn't be surprised if she ends up being one of the killers, just like Emma Roberts when Scream 4 came out. Emma Roberts was recently what 20, yeah, she was still like what recently 19, 20 years old, you know, young girl still, and she was trying to break out of her younger roles, you know. When she was younger, she was on a show called Unfabulous on Nickelodeon. She was on that movie about the mermaids, Aquamarine, and countless children's movies, you know. And she did the same thing. She played a killer in Scream 4, and since then she's been playing like this like bitchy like Jill Roberts type character in American Horror Story, Scream Queens, you know. So I wouldn't be surprised if McKenna Grace is one of the killers. YK Zach says it all ends the same in Scream, pretty much. Jose Gomez says, hello Frank, I don't trust people, life is hard in the streets. I don't trust people either unless I know them, bro. And yes, life is hard on the streets, bro. Life is hard on the streets. I have a few friends that, you know, live in the streets, bro, and it's not pretty, man. It's not pretty. I've been there myself, too. I didn't live in the streets, but I hung out with a lot of people when I used to have addictions in the streets, and I pretty much know what goes down in the streets. Yeah, you don't want to be there, bro, especially at night. Wicked Milk says, I think that's the twist of Scream 7, like Ghostface wins. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they're going to do, bro. That's exactly what they're going to do. They got to change it up a bit, so that's exactly what they're going to have to do. Over there. Kirk Learn says, I hope in the new Scream movie, Jennifer Ortega? You mean Jenna Ortega doesn't die? She is hot. She's not even going to be in the new Scream movie. She's all right. She's hot. She's hot, though. I'll give you that. But yeah, she's not going to be in the new Scream movie. She's not going to be in the new Scream movie. Jenna Ortega. That's who you mean, because you put Jennifer Ortega. Emo Punk Princess says, all horror movies end death. That's kind of a point. Yeah, but Scream movies, like, they're too repetitive in the end, you know? They're too repetitive for movies that supposedly have more than one killer helping out, you know? Cosplayzano says, hello, everybody, and Frank, my birthday was yesterday. What you been up to? What's up, Cosplayzano? Happy late birthday, bro. Happy late birthday. Hope you enjoyed it. And nothing much, bro. Just here, going over some movie news. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Cosplayzano. Get us up to 28, bro, so more people could join the live. Emo Punk Princess says, Young Sheldon. Who's Young Sheldon again? YK Zach says, damn, McKenna Grace will be in the movie? Yeah, McKenna Grace, she's going to be in Scream 7, bro. She's going to be in Scream 7. Spangler from Ghostbusters and The Bad Seed. She's going to be in Ghostbusters. She's going to be in Scream 7. That's what I'm saying. I'm betting $10 she's going to be one of the killers. I'm betting $10 she's going to be one of the killers. YK Zach says, she was on Young Sheldon. Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with Young Sheldon then. Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, I didn't watch Young Sheldon. Yeah, but McKenna Grace, yeah, she's going to be in Scream 7. Like I said, I really hope she's one of the killers. I could picture her as one of the killers. Like, if I was directing Scream 7, I would have casted her as one of the killers. Wicked Milk says, happy late birthday, bro. How you been? Cosplayzano says, Wicked Milk, thank you. And I've been good. Just got a hangover, but it's going away. Laugh out loud. Damn, bro. I used to hate hangovers. Those things feel horrible, bro. Those things feel horrible. Does your head hurt, Cosplay? What food are you craving? Or does the thought of food make you want to barf? Are you only drinking liquids? Wicked Milk says, laugh out loud. Nice, bro. All right, guys, here's the last movie news of the day. Well, it's not really movie news. It's TV series news. Variety.com. Variety.com is reporting Monster, the Ed Gein story sets Netflix release date. Drops first look photos. Check it out, guys. Our first look at Charlie Hunnam as Ed Gein, the Butcher of Plainfield. Ed Gein is based on a real story. It's based on a real story of a man whose mom died. I think he dug up her body. He had it in his house. He also dug up dead corpses and would make skin. He would use their skin and make like clothes out of it. He would make decorations with their bones. He made a lamp out of human skin. He would wear human skin as costumes. What else? He made a bowl of cereal out of a human skull. He gutted a woman, cutted her head off, and hung her upside down and gutted her like a freaking farm animal. Yeah, so this guy was a sick bastard. So yeah, let's check it out. Let's see what it says. Wicked Milk says shit looks like Vin Diesel. This shit looks like Vin Diesel. This fool. Cosplayzano says I would want to see another Yeti horror movie. That would be good. That would be cool. A Yeti horror movie, the blood on the white snow and on the Yeti, that would look awesome. Emo Nerd Girl, Emo Punk Princess says that's just weird. That's Ed Gein for you. All right, so Netflix has released first look images that reveal premiere date for Monster, the Ed Gein story. The third installment in Ryan Murphy and Ian Brennan's crime anthology series will premiere on the streamer worldwide on October 3rd. As previously announced, the third season of Monster stars Charlie Hunnam as the titular serial killer. Netflix has also released a series of posters featuring Hunnam, which can be seen below. The official description for the new season states: serial killer, grave robber, psycho in the frozen fields of 1950s rural Wisconsin. A friendly, mild-mannered recluse named Eddie Gein lived quietly on a decaying farm, hiding a house of horrors so gruesome it would redefine the American nightmare. Driven by isolation, psychosis, and an all-consuming obsession with his mother, just like Jason Voorhees and Norman Bates. This inspired a lot of movies. This case inspired a lot of movies. Gein's previous crimes birthed a new kind of... Oh, and Leatherface birthed a new kind of monster that would haunt Hollywood for decades. From Psycho to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre to the Silence of the Lambs, Gein's macabre legacy gave birth to fictional monsters born in his image and ignited a cultural obsession with the criminally deviant. Ed Gein did not just influence a genre, he became the blueprint for modern horror. Yeah, motherfucker, if he wouldn't have done what he did, we probably wouldn't have got all the slasher movies we did. And if we did, they probably wouldn't have been the same style that we got them. Alongside Hunnam, the cast of Monster, the Ed Gein story along includes Tom Hollander, Laurie Metcalf, Susanna Son, Vicky Creeps, Olivia Williams, Leslie Manville, Joey Polari, Charlie Hall, Tyler Jacob Moore, Mimi Kennedy, Will Brill, and Robin Wright. Damn, no Hispanics in the show? I don't know shit, bro. This takes place in white rural America in the 50s. Brennan and Murphy created the series and executive produced with Brennan, also serving as writer. Hunnam is an executive producer in addition to starring Max Winkler, Eric Covton, Scott Robertson, Nissan Diederich, Louis Shore, and Carl Franklin. Also executive produced, Brennan directed 2 episodes of the season while Winkler directed 6. Murphy and Brennan's previous Monster installments includes Dahmer, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, 2022, and Monster, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story, 2024. The former was nominated for 6 Primetime Emmy Awards, taking home one for Niecy Nash, an Outstanding Supporting Actress in Limited Anthology Series or Movie category. The latter in the current nominated for 11 Emmy Awards, with 77th Emmy Awards ceremony set for September 14th. A 4th season focused on Lizzie Borden and the murder of her father and stepmother is currently in the works. Ella Beatty will star as Borden. Oh, what? I didn't want to see Lizzie Borden. I wanted to see Richard Ramirez next. I heard the 4th season is going to be the final season, supposedly. Whack. I don't want to see Lizzie Borden, but I guess so, knowing Ryan Murphy and how he is, you know. Gotta have that feminist serial killer story in there as well. But yeah, let's check out some of the posters right here. Look at this, guys. Look, that's Charlie Hunnam as Ed Gein. I remember Wicked Milk earlier mentioning he looks like Vin Diesel. I think he looks more like Channing Tatum. I think he looks more like Channing Tatum. I think he looks more like Channing Tatum, honestly. Look at that. Oh, that's his mom holding him right there as well, huh? That's crazy. Oh, you know what's crazy? They're gonna start making Ed Gein hot now. You know how Ed Gein's actually, if you look at a real picture of the real Ed Gein, he's some ugly ass old man. Now since Charlie Hunnam is playing him, they're gonna make him, I guess, like a hot, attractive killer. You know, so they can make like TikToks and memes out of it. Oh shit! So I bet you anything they sexualize the shit out of Ed Gein in this. Just like they sexualized the Menendez brothers in the Menendez series, and how they sexualized Jeffrey Dahmer as well in the Jeffrey Dahmer series. Bet you 10. I could already see it though. I could already see it. They sexualized the hell out of them to get women to watch. They gave them big muscular arms, you know, thick arms and stuff, masculine looking. Let's see the other ones. See, look, he's putting on a skin mask right there on some Leatherface shit. He's putting on a skin mask like Leatherface. Like Leatherface. Oh, look, he has a chainsaw in this one. I don't think Ed Gein ever really used a chainsaw, though. This looks more like Ash Army of Darkness right here. Hey, anyone, did Ed Gein use a chainsaw? I don't remember him using a chainsaw, unless there's a new Mandela effect that I'm not aware of. But yeah, guys, that was it. That's the Jeffrey Dahmer. That's the Ed Gein series coming. Wicked Milk says, yo, you watched that once that Yeti slasher movie with a plane crash and some shit, then they eat each other. Yeah, I seen a little bit of it. They're like stranded in the mountains. And some of them start eating each other, and I think the Yeti is also killing some of them one by one. If I'm correct, am I correct, Wicked Milk, or was I watching a different movie? I think that's the same movie, Yeti, right? Cosplayzano says, Frank, there's a movie coming out called Long Walk. If you stop walking, they will unalive you. Check the trailer out when you can. For sure, bro. For sure, I'll check it out. Cosplayzano said, did you know what you did last summer has a TV series too? Just found out about it today. Yeah, I remember when that came out. I was aware that I was following that when that came out. Yeah, that TV series sucked. All the kills were off screen. And they just found the dead body, and on the wall they would just find, I know what you did last summer. Oh, that shit sucked. I couldn't even get past like the second episode. Cosplayzano said, did you know what I did last summer? Oh yeah, I already saw it. Cosplay. Wicked Milk says, no, I haven't seen it. Yeah, it sucks, Cosplay. It sucks. Like I said, all the kills are off screen. You don't even see the kills. You don't even see a killer. Wicked Milk says, saw that shit when a kid. You just made me remember it. Laughing myself like a totally Thrasher slasher movie. Yeah, that sounds sick. Yeah, bro. I've seen that movie years myself as well. YK Zach said, dude, looked up the first horror movie made. It's scary as shit. What's the first horror movie made? Wicked Milk says, The House of the Devil. Cosplayzano says, Phantasm is so underrated. Want a remake? Yup. That'll be good too. Phantasm. Cosplayzano says, Cujo might get a remake, I heard. Yeah, Cujo is going to get a remake, but from Netflix. Cosplayzano says, Jeffrey Dahmer in real life was overly sexual when he did his crimes. Yeah, my knee itch. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Oh, was he really? Was he? Jeffrey Dahmer, was he overly sexual? Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember now. I did read stuff that he. Yeah. So yeah, I have read stuff where he would like take pictures of dudes and shit, like naked or posing in bikinis and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, that fool did try to give them like a sense of like what is it called? A sense of a sense of security. You know, he would give them a sense of security before he would attack. Yeah, you're right, Cosplayzano, you're right. Wicked Milk says, motherfuckers swinging the chainsaw like Leatherface at the end of the movie, laughing my ass off. Yeah, I don't think Edging used chainsaws, bro. Wicked Milk says, yeah, Frank, that Yeti movie, bro, is trasher as fuck. That shit crazy, like I said, I haven't seen it in a few years, bro. Like, probably a decade plus. I probably haven't seen it maybe since, like, 2013, 2012 or something like that. Inked Vision said, hi, what's up, Inked Visions? How you doing? How you doing? Glad to see you here on another episode of Horror Talk Wednesdays, episode 44. Ghost Rider Ed says, what's up, Ghost Rider? How you doing, little bro? Glad to see you here as well. Please smash the thumbs up, guys. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up. Get it up to 30, guys, so more people can join us here in the live stream when the live goes up. Let's get it up to 30, everyone, please. Let's get it up to 30. And it's already 57. We got 2 more minutes left, guys. We got 2 more minutes. If you guys got any questions, ask them now. Because I won't be going live this Sunday. I won't be going live until next Wednesday. Because we got a movie premiere this Sunday. Cosplayzano says, Human Centipede is a disgusting horror movie. It's badass. I would love to direct a Human Centipede movie. Imagine all the melted chocolate we would have to work with. Cosplayzano, I would love to direct a Human Centipede. That would be badass. Imagine all the melted Hershey's chocolate or Crunch chocolate we would have to use for all the poopy scenes. That would be badass. I'd be just licking my fingers all day all set. But yeah, guys, yeah. So yeah, if you guys got any questions, ask them now. Because this is my last day going live until next Wednesday. I won't be going live this Sunday. This Sunday, my Friday the 13th fan film, his name is Jason, will be premiering here on the channel. I don't have a time slot yet. I'll put that up tomorrow once I upload the movie. I'll put the time slot tomorrow. Once I upload the movie. Wicked Milk says, Urethra live tomorrow. Yes, Urethra goes live tomorrow as well. Tomorrow I go live with my band at the studio. So if you haven't subscribed to my band's channel, check it. The channel is linked right here on my homepage. Just scroll down and you'll see it right there. My skateboarding channel is also there. Cosplayzano's like laughing. Yeah, bro, I'd be on set just licking my fingers all day. It's chocolate. Imagine all the chocolate you would have to use for that freaking movie. Wicked Milk says, laughing my ass off. So yeah, Wicked Milk, I'll be live with my band tomorrow in the studio, like around 5-ish or something. Ghost Rider Reddit says, I love you, Frank and Wicked Milk and Cosplayzano. We love you too, Ghost Rider. We love you too. Take care, little brother. Hope to see you here next Wednesday. Remember, guys, I won't be live. I won't be live on Sunday. Sunday, his name is Jason. A Friday the 13th fan film finally premieres. Cosplayzano says, take care of yourself, bro. And everyone, let you know when you are ready to film. Oh, for sure, Cosplay. We'll talk about that next Wednesday. I'm already starting to develop the Halloween Ends project. We'll talk about meeting up next Wednesday. Wicked Milk says, oh, thanks, bro. I love you too. Homie, you're cool. Take care, everyone. Cosplayzano says, Ghost Rider, it says, love you too, bro. Love you guys. Jason Voorhees Mini says, yo, what's up, Jason Voorhees? How you doing? Hey, everyone, we got a Jason Voorhees in here. What's up, Jason Voorhees? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to Hollywood Horror Film Club. Horror Talk Wednesdays, episode 44. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And Jason Voorhees, since you're new here, I won't be going live this Sunday. My Friday the 13th fan film will be premiering here on the channel this Sunday. Jason Voorhees says, good. How about you? I'm doing good too as well, Jason Voorhees. I'm doing good. So Jason Voorhees, remember, my Friday the 13th fan film will be premiering here on the channel this Sunday. We got our own Friday the 13th fan film based on the 2009 reboot. It's like a sequel to the 2009 reboot. It will be premiering here on the channel this Sunday. This Sunday. Ghost Rider says, we should reunite. We should unite, bro. Next Wednesday, though. Jason Voorhees says, good. Oh, no. Wicked Milk says, let's unite and create a Ghostface cult. Hell yeah, I'm down. Jason Voorhees says, okay. Ghost Rider says, thanks. Okay, Wicked Milk. Cosplayzano says, Frank, go get a burrito now. I will soon, bro. I will soon. I'm just letting Jason Voorhees know here about our movie. Ghost Rider says, Pablo Escobar versus El Mencho. Ha! I think Pablo Escobar maybe. Or maybe, yeah, Pablo Escobar, bro. I'll go with Escobar. Jason Voorhees says, do you need me? Um, no, Jason Voorhees, we finished filming the movie already. Jason Voorhees, we finished filming the movie already. But for another one, definitely, I'll hit you up. Cosplay Zano says, I'm going to get nachos. Peace out. Take care, Cosplay. All right, guys, remember, this Sunday, his name is Jason. A Friday the 13th fan film premieres here on the channel this Sunday. Thanks so much, Hollywood Horror Film Club, for joining me here on another episode here on Horror Talk Wednesdays on Hollywood Horror Film Club, episode 44. Like I always say, please smash the like and subscribe button. Really helps us out in the algorithm. Smash the bell notification to be notified when I go live or upload new videos here on the channel. Hit the comments below. Share these videos with everyone you know so we can keep making more horror content here on the channel. Follow me on Instagram for more horror content. If you'd like to leave a donation to the channel, Cash App link down below in the description as well. And yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. And remember, his name is Jason. A Friday the 13th fan film premieres this Sunday. This Sunday, guys. This Sunday. Jason returns this Sunday for one more Summer Slash. Everyone take care.